President Donald Trump didn't seem bothered when a crowd of protesters showed up to interrupt his golf game by calling him racist. While squeezing in a round of golf at the Trump Turnberry Resort in Scotland on Saturday, the president was seen waving to a group of nearby protesters who were chanting, "No Trump, no KKK, no racist USA." In a video shared on social media by Frankie McCamley, a reporter for the BBC, Trump can be seen walking towards the protesters to acknowledge them, before turning back to resume his game. A group of over a dozen policemen stood between the protesters and the commander-in-chief, who was wearing a USA hat. Following his arrival in Scotland, which took place after his meetings with British Prime Minister Theresa May and Queen Elizabeth II, Trump shared on Twitter, "I have arrived in Scotland and will be at Trump Turnberry for 2 days of meetings, calls and hopefully some golf, my primary form of exercise. The weather is beautiful, and this place is incredible. Tomorrow I go to Helsinki for a Monday meeting with Vladimir Putin," he added. Many called on Trump to cancel the meeting after the Justice Department announced on Friday in a press conference that 12 Russian intelligence officials have been charged with lying into the Democratic National Committee and the campaign of Trump's 2016 presidential opponent, Democrat Hillary Clinton. After more than a year of back and forth about whether he would be heading to the UK for an official visit, the president, along with First Lady Melania Trump, met the Queen at Windsor Castle on Friday. The Trumps were welcomed at the quadrangle of the castle, where a guard of honor gave a royal salute and the U.S. national anthem was played. The Queen and President Trump inspected the guard of honor before watching the military march past. The President and First Lady then joined the Queen inside the castle for afternoon tea. Related, Trump's UK visit sparks protests and controversy after he says, "I think they like me." Protesters marched through the streets of London, about 20 miles from Windsor Castle, against Trump's UK visit on Friday. Tens of thousands of British people took to the streets of central London to protest President Trump in what was dubbed the Stop Trump March. Carrying signs that read "Trump not welcome" and "Dump Trump," the crowd made it clear that not everyone in the UK supported the country's diplomacy. Also making waves at the protest, a 20-foot balloon of an angry, orange, diaper-clad baby that resembles Trump, flown 98 feet above the British Parliament's Square Gardens. The blimp, dubbed Trump Baby, was approved by none other than London Mayor Sadiq Khan himself. Related VIDE 64001590, people writer Natasha Stoyanov breaks silence, accuses Donald Trump of sexual attack when asked at the NATO summit in Brussels if he was concerned about the protest. Trump again showed he didn't mind the outrage, telling reporters, "I think they like me in the UK, I think they agree with me on immigration," he said, later discussing the hot-button issue at his press conference with May. "I think it's been very bad for Europe. You see the same terror attacks that we do. It's changing the culture. I know it's politically not necessarily correct to say that, but he'll say it. And he'll say it loud. They better watch themselves because they are changing culture. They are changing a lot of things."